Today's show is sponsored by ExpressVPN, one-click protection for all your devices. Securing yourself could not be easier. Visit expressvpn.com/funhaus.
Welcome to Filmhaus. Today we're talking, what else? Family. There we go.
Family.
Familia.
We saw, what is it? What is the full title? I think it's F9.
It's F9, a refresh on Microsoft Word.
That's right. F9, the Fast Saga.
Is that really the? Yeah,
That's the
you
full
know
title.
what? That is the full.
Can you
I thought it
call
was
one
a-
entry a saga?
You can call
Well-
anything you want to.
Yeah. No, it's a saga because his dad is in it.
Oh, Jack Toretto?
So now it's technically an epic because
Yeah.
we're going through multiple generations.
Is John Cena Cuban?
No. In fact, they make a point in the movie
Yeah.
to explain that the Toretto
His
family
Nordic
somehow
blood.
has Nordic blood in it.
Yeah.
I feel like we should set up the series, like everything that's going into
Yeah.
this. We can't just
Yeah.
go cold into talking about family.
This was good.
No.
This was a good.
Well, the
so
whole series is about family. You can't separate.
Everything's about family at the end of the day.
Before watching F9,
The Fast Saga.
Fast Saga continues. Charlotte and I watched The Fast and The Furious,
Yeah.
where they explain the
Not
origin
Fast
story.
and Furious.
No. Not to be
'cause
confused.
that's the
Right.
sixth one?
Fourth.
Fourth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically fifth, but not chronologically, or something. But
No, it's fourth, but
Tokyo
it's not fourth
Drift is
chronologically.
after seven.
that's how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm so lost. On
Yeah.
Fourth is the
It's
one,
easy.
I think, where Letty either... Yeah, fourth is the one where Letty dies.
Yeah,
But
but-
six is the one where she comes back with amnesia.
But four was still about cars.
That's the one where she played the fifth.
Okay, here we go. Let's okay. So in the first one, Paul Walker is a cop?
Yeah.
Your Honor, I played the fifth.
The fifth Fast and Furious movie.
He's a cop.
Who's like trying to bust a street racing ring that also is involved in maybe drugs? I don't remember.
No, DVD players.
DVD players.
DVD players, right, that
but
common crime.
He was already into cars, and they make a big
Yes.
point of saying that
Yeah.
like he was already into the cars.
The second one,
I haven't
The
seen
second
two or
one-
three.
I
In the
don't
s-
remember what it's about
In the
at
second
all.
movie, because Paul Walker let Toretto go,
Because he
they're
gave him a
both
10-second car,
Yeah,
which
they're,
comes up in this one.
they're both on
Yeah.
the run now. So Brian is also on the run.
No?
No.
What happens in the
In
second one?
two?
So the first one, he's working with the LAPD.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's undercover, trying to undercover the thing. The FBI comes in.
That's what we
because
said.
the amount
It's
of
a
money
national
being
case,
stolen.
yeah.
Yeah.
The second one, he after getting booted from the NY or the LAPD, he was working with the FBI.
Right.
Working undercover, trying to bring down I think a drug kingpin or something.
And that's where Tyrese and Ludacris come in.
That's
Right.
where
Right.
Tyrese
Yeah.
comes in because he knows Tyrese from his childhood.
Of course.
Tyrese went to jail because Brian was a cop or something.
Okay.
And Ludacris is just his bud from the Miami streets.
Who was Ludacris in the second one? Because he's not a super hacker.
No, he's just a mechanic.
He's
a-
like the.
He's got the afro, too.
He's just a mechanic.
He's a mechanic.
Yeah.
But he's also like he's real connected to everything. He's like the man.
The earth.
Okay.
Yeah.
He knows.
He took a couple trips up to Joshua Tree, did some shrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah.
Okay.
Real
He's
connected.
real
big into
tapped in.
ayahuasca.
Yeah.
Crystals, stones. All right, yeah. And then in 3, it's totally different because Vin Diesel said no sequels in 2, so he's not in it. In 3, totally different set of characters, but Han is there, and they liked him so much making the movie with him that they brought him back for 4, which no one really remembers because it was still like
Four's not great.
it was a car movie still. It was when the series was about cars.
I
And
mean,
then
it's always about cars.
No.
no,
It's
after
about
5, it's
family.
not. It's about family.
Yeah,
not
I
about
mean,
cars.
cars are still there.
Yeah, but it's kind of just because they have to be.
I feel like we're getting in the weeds.
Hang on. Yeah, no, we're wrapping it up. And then from 5 on, they've all been kind of like they've just turned
Blockbusters.
themselves into enormous,
Well,
insane movies.
So this can bring us to F9, the Fast Saga. Of
course.
I don't know if they have before this movie put so fine a label on it as to say they are spies, but in that lavish mansion party with all of the white-clad women dancing out front, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
For fun, John Cena says to Vin Diesel, this is my game. This spy game, this is my. You're stepping on my.
spy game is
the
my
spy
game.
game
Yep.
is my game. And I was like, okay, so we're saying they're spies.
They're spies.
Like, they had
guess.
Mr. Nobody. They had the agency. They had their team.
Yeah.
Because spies only work in teams of like 6 or 7 people.
Close knit.
Also in Fast 9, they essentially, in order to try to find somebody, go to a foreign country and straight up do start a war. I mean, they
Yeah.
don't expressly say that a war happened after that, but there's no way that war didn't happen.
Well,
after
war
that.
had been there prior, given the landmine
War has
situation.
been everywhere, Charlotte.
Tell
But
me
this
about
is
it.
like, there's landmines everywhere.
Family.
Undetonated landmines all over the place.
Okay.
It's not, it's somewhere
Yeah.
that did not need the interference.
No.
That didn't make things better for anyone living there.
This film gets going in such an unearned way that I've seen before, but given the heights that this movie tries to go to, it is so like the first the 8. Like Furious 7, I think, is the one that everyone kind of went, oh, this is actually really, really fun to watch. And it was a perfect blend of like
5.
stupid and heart. Yeah, but especially with that one being
7
from
because he
Paul,
died.
or for
And
Paul.
I forget which was from.
One's
and which
from
was
Paul,
for,
one's from Paul. That, and then 8 is very dumb, but at least it starts off with that street race in Havana, and there's a lot about loyalty
Havana.
and cousins.
Weird family
Havana.
shit. Yeah.
Havana.
Havana.
Oh yeah, in Havana.
In Cuba.
In
Am I right?
Havana,
Am I right on that,
Cuba?
Omar?
Cuba.
Cuba?
Cuba.
There we go. Thank you.
We got confirmation.
But that's like and then Vin Diesel gets approached by a dread toting Charlize, and then the movie kicks off from there. This one, they are on a farm, and then Tyrese
For some
and the
reason.
gang pulls up, and they draw guns on them immediately.
Instantly.
Yeah.
Instantly.
They hide their baby in a hole.
Yes.
Their child.
a kid
Vin's
who.
child.
Oh, I guess
Dom's
it starts on the
child.
flashback.
Yeah, it starts on the flashback of his dad dying,
Right.
which is I haven't seen all of the Fast and Furious movies,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think that they ever go more into the origin story of like his dad dying
Actually,
before
we
this?
watched the
It's
only 2
mentioned?
movies where they're
where
talked
it's mentioned,
about really.
right? Yeah,
It's just mentioned,
in the
it's
first
not.
one.
Tell us
Yeah.
the story.
Yeah.
It's an exposition about his tragic backstory, and then jump forward 8 movies, and then we see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we're seeing it add context where because basically in this movie they tell the same story that they've told before about his
Yeah.
dad dying, but then they'll in
Well,
each
film is a
scene-
visual media.
Yes, exactly. And then in every scene, they'll show Dom just like fucking crying and like hitting people and
he wouldn't
freaking
cry,
out.
but-
And then they'll just pan over and John Cena's there and he's like, "Yeah, I'm also sad."
Yeah.
Lil John.
Lil John.
John.
Lil
Lil
John.
John, the guy
who
from-
they gotta. It's not a good
Here's-
casting of young John
His
Cena.
face
No,
looks
no,
like
no.
him, but he's small.
Terrific casting of young Dom.
That was great.
That was great.
That was great.
But I do like how much young Dom towers over young John.
Oh,
and
of
they're
course.
supposed to be
That was,
like 20
that was
something.
definitely like that was the part of the casting, I bet.
Yeah.
That's that guy who was in Peaky Blinders, and even in Peaky Blinders, I'm like, this is a little man. This guy is small. So I think young Dom isn't even that tall.
Probably
the guy
not,
that played
yeah.
young John Cena is just like
Yeah,
a short
but I
kid.
like
Like
that. I like
platform
that
shoes.
that fucking height difference, and then they'll flash forward. Because again, in those flashbacks, they're like 20 years old or something. They're like 18 and
Or
20.
younger, even, yeah.
Yeah,
It's just insane that.
And then they flash forward where now they're like 37, and they're just John Cena towers
yeah.
over him.
Yeah. I think so.
Oh boy.
The best ones, obviously, the best Fast and Furious, 5, 6, 7. Those
Yes.
are like the golden age.
That's when I
which
gotta
we're
start
gonna
watching?
watch.
Yeah.
Because
Okay,
we
good.
saw
We saw the
F9
first
in the
one.
theaters together
Yeah.
the night after we
Yeah.
watched the first one.
So 5 is the one where they were like, because did Justin Lin do 5? Or was it?
I don't know. He might have.
Everything after 3?
I thought he started on
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he
but he
went back
left.
so
he didn't.
far.
He didn't do 8. I think.
Probably because he was doing Star Trek or something.
I don't know. Anyway, so he like got it and kind of was able to turn it into these insane over-the-top action movies. It's this weird franchise about drag racing or whatever, car racing.
It's less about
But hang on.
okay.
But Paul Walker, who like isn't that, he's like the most average normal.
He's not very charismatic.
No, not really. That's
You're
but
both gonna get murdered in the streets. for
I'm
these
not being
opinions.
mean. I'm saying
I
that
think it's good
I am
that-
saying that's yes. Paul Walker was completely essential to this because Vin Diesel is so goddamn full of himself. Like nobody. I think these movies now are literally just made for Vin Diesel. Like
And Chinese
think-
audiences.
and that,
Yeah.
but like at least Paul Walker, there was like this very normal kind of unassuming guy in the movies
Yeah.
to sort of like
and
offset the Vin Diesel,
they
but
tried to introduce a new Paul.
and it didn't work.
with the guy who was supposed to be Kurt Russell's son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Mr.
Not
Nobody
Wyatt.
Jr.
Not his
Clint Eastwood's
Joe-
son?
Yeah, Clint Eastwood's son. Who like was too cocky. Like he didn't.
Yeah.
Like Paul Walker's character, like Brian O'Connor, is like a dumb guy.
Yeah.
yeah.
But he cares about family, and he can
course.
he's so good to be at the center of these things. And when they had The Rock, at least like The Rock is just this just fucking beacon of
charisma.
like, charisma
Yeah.
that like you didn't miss Paul Walker. And then I was sorely disappointed that The Rock was not in this one.
I know.
Oh yeah.
Because
yeah.
his absence was felt like crazy,
Oh, yeah.
and John Cena could not be a Paul Walker or a The Rock. He's neither.
I would say, I mean, and John Cena is super charismatic too, I think. But
Definitely.
He's not the
But not as a
Rock.
villain.
And also, exactly.
Well, the problem
yeah.
with John
And
Cena is
eight-
that you just can't see him. And
I've-
his time
so I've
is
heard.
now.
the
so
irony
I've
is heartbreaking.
Yeah, and film is a visual medium.
Visual medium.
8 and 9 both feel like Vin Diesel fan fiction
name
to
is
me,
Aiden
kind of.
9.
Where it's just like 8 is all about, holy shit, if Dom is against us, who there are 7 of, who all apparently are like insanely skilled
At
at everything we do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fast forward, Ludacris
Literally
is now
everything.
like one of the best hackers in the world.
Yes, but if just Dom is against us, we're completely fucked.
Well, when the patriarch is gone.
And then, well, they have other patriarchs.
no.
And then in this one,
Who
it's
else do they
basically just
Tyrese.
Tyrese. Tyrese is
Oh god, the worst.
The
part.
worst.
Can I just say about Ludacris and the hacking real quick is part of the plot of 7 was finding Ramsey, this
Yeah.
super hacker who was a prisoner of some guys on a mountain convoy.
Yeah,
And then
which happens.
They save her. And then she watches Ludacris hack, that's the relationship
Yep.
now. She's there, and she's like also like I can get into the mainframe, but then Ludacris is like move over, bitch, and then he's like
yeah.
No, it literally says move, bitch.
I think Vin Diesel's
get
just
out the
like,
way, get out the way, Ramsey,
bitch.
get out the way.
that man ain't ludicrous.
Woo! Ludacris going in on computer.
By the way, I just wanted to, because we've moved past it so far, as I have never thought of Paul Walker as just like a dumb guy, like Brian as just like
Yeah.
a dumb guy. But as soon as you said it, yeah, like he feels like he could have either been making movies or working in a taco shop in San Diego.
Yeah.
And like that's like praise, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Like he seems like a genuinely nice dude.
Yeah, he seems really cool.
Yeah.
But
not a great actor.
Well, that's fine. But
No,
like,
I know. But
check out Tammy and the T-Rex though if you want some
Well,
good
what about
Paul
Brick
Walker
Mansions?
content. Whatever.
Okay. But yeah, when we watched The Fast and the Furious, I was like, I don't believe a single word that comes out of this character's mouth.
The only thing I believed is that Paul Walker genuinely owned that car, the car that he drove.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I
like
believe
that scene, the truck. Like I was like,
he's-
that's his real life.
he's
That was
so
the funniest
bad.
part is like in Fast and Furious, especially by like 5 and 6, you'd have everyone else is in like insane muscle cars and tanks, and then Paul Walker is still in like the Mitsubishi.
Yeah.
Or he's in like a Honda Civic.
I feel
with,
like, it
a
was
spoiler.
his real car.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. He drove it to set, and, they were
And
just
he also
"That's
like
perfect.
He wasn't a hacker. He couldn't
No.
beat someone up using a building like
He
Dom.
was a terrible undercover cop. The minute
So
pressure is
bad.
applied
So
by
bad.
his target's little sister, he's like, "Yeah, I'm a cop."
I also completely forget who the women are in this.
Wow.
Wow.
That says a
And
lot
the
about
truth
you.
comes-
No, no,
out.
no. Watch 6 and 7.
Uh-huh.
Other than like Letty,
Letty
And now-
Mia
Mia.
Toretto,
And now the hacker-
Han's
No.
friend.
Mia,
Talking about Ramsey, Letty, or Mia?
none of them.
You talking about
Not the
Gal
3
Gadot?
of them. I'm talking about Gal Gadot,
talking about Wonder Woman?
Dom's wife.
Oh, the
Letty?
translator from Brazil.
Yeah. They are like
Brazil.
Brazil.
interchangeable in my head, and I cannot keep track
Well,
of who is
they
who and
literally
who did what.
They did replace Letty with the woman in Rio
Whoa.
during 5.
They like an Aunt Viv?
That's what I'm
thing?
saying.
No.
Like a new character.
like a new
Yeah,
character.
but it was
like-
like meant to stand.
But she fit in such a way that Letty was killed in the
Yeah.
end of 4.
Or was she?
like, Well,
Well, she
yeah. Well,
wasn't.
no, she's
Just like
she's in
everyone
this-
else
she's
in this
You
movie
saw
who
the
dies.
movie.
Or were they?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Well, I feel like we're not getting through.
Or are we?
Anyway,
roll
she
with
dies, and then they bring in a new love interest for Dom immediately.
Brazilian
and then
translator. They have a child.
They have a
together.
child together, but
yeah.
then Letty comes back to life and gets her memory back when she gets kicked in the head.
Yes.
This all happens in 6, and then immediately Dom is like, sorry.
Isn't she the bad guy in 6 too, or like one of the
No.
villains?
She's not-
Yeah,
in
she
6.
works for Jason Statham's brother
Yeah, so
from
she
the
is-
Desolation
she's like-
of Smaug.
Yeah, she starts as a villain in 6, kind of.
Anyway,
Wait, is that the Hobbit?
we're here to
tie-in?
talk.
Yeah.
I can't right now. That's a movie about.
Lord of the Rings
Family.
by Hobbit collab.
I
I feel
love
like
that.
we're talking about the series at large.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I just wanted to see what happened. Is I was trying to just give a brief rundown, and then these two assholes kept interrupting me with
Who's he talking
little
about?
jokes
Or
and
were
asides.
we?
Omar, were we?
Anyway,
That was supposed to be a rundown of the series so far.
Cuba.
that's what I'm
I
saying.
wasn't gonna put a label on it. I feel like that would be setting us up for failure. After
Yeah, I don't
the fact.
do labels.
So, first of all, how does this movie open?
This movie opens with the flashback, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, not that. We talked about that.
On the farm,
What is the
they
yeah,
get a Zoom call recording from Kurt Russell that's corrupted,
yes.
and they have to go to the coordinates that he embeds in it.
And at those coordinates, they defy physics in some of the craziest ways I've ever seen. They
Yeah.
drive across a rope
rickety bridge.
like a rope bridge
Yeah.
that has been completely detached on one side.
Yeah.
But the car is able to keep
Yes, it has
driving on
traction.
it. Yeah.
And that's not even the most fantastic use of a car getting off
That's
that part
right.
of the island. Because as we see, Dom and Letty are in a car, a Dodge, I think.
I think
and
it's American Muscle.
it's American
I know it's
muscle,
American
that's for
Muscle
damn
for
sure.
sure.
Because,
yeah.
I mean, if you're going into,
Did he fly his car in, or did they have to go find a
100%.
Dodge
No, he brought that
dealership?
car.
Okay.
He brought that car in.
But
I want to
they-
see the scene where they go to a
And
Dodge dealership.
I think he keeps the car throughout the movie.
Yes.
So that car is traveling
That's crazy.
across the
That's
world.
insane because he
Yeah.
destroys it immediately.
Yes. they
Well-
also have infinite resources.
Yeah,
it
and the
seems like,
cars can
but-
get anywhere. It's the best thing to get anywhere.
Yeah.
Which,
It's
of
not.
course. But he's driving, I would say, conservatively 75 miles per hour on an island at a steep incline.
Through a
And
minefield.
Letty's like, they're out of the minefield at this point.
Oh, okay.
But Letty says, there's no bridge anymore. And he goes, bridge? Where we're going? No, he doesn't say that. But he does just like, zzz, and then catches the post with the line in
Yeah.
it, and then turns the wheel hard to pinch it, and then swings around like Tarzan, but in American Muscle that they airdropped into the island.
He
I
does
guess.
go over 88 miles per hour.
Yes, and he travels
Yeah.
into my heart. The oh man, it's so like it asks so much of us. This movie, and I usually like the dumb spectacle. Seeing 8 in theaters was great.
Yeah,
This one
they're
was
great.
just too dumb without any of that special sauce for me.
We saw it
yeah.
we saw it in theaters, and when we did, me and another person in the theater at the exact same time as he was flying across the gap,
Mm-hmm.
at the exact same time went, get the fuck out of here.
I mean, it's like the movies they've done dumb shit like that before, but
Sure.
I don't know why that
whole
I think it's because
was
they
like
did two dumb
much.
things back to back.
It might
like
be,
it was
yeah,
too
yeah.
close together.
the whole opening action sequence feels like a Universal ride. So like clearly they're planning an extension to the
Yeah.
Fast and Furious ride at
see
Universal.
that.
Because like the setting, it felt like the
Yeah.
Jurassic Park ride. Like
Yeah.
the bridge, like, oh no, the plane's coming down. We have to, and then like something comes out of your seat and punches you in the ass. I haven't been to Universal in a long time.
No, you
I
nailed
think
it.
there's
plenty of
You
ass
got it.
punching.
Yeah,
There
it's,
is a
it's
lot.
mostly water.
It's just like, it's also the worst introduction of a character when John Cena just drives up and they just look at each other from across. Like there's
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
gravitas to it. There's no cool entrance. It's just like, well,
Well, so
guess
you
that's-
Here he is.
you had mentioned that they break the news to everyone that John Cena is Vin Diesel's brother in the trailers.
yeah,
Oh,
this
yeah,
was,
that's-
this was
that's-
very
I
epic.
hadn't seen a single trailer for this movie, so I was like, what the fuck is John Cena doing in this movie? Like, I had no idea that was his brother.
Yep.
And so with that knowledge afterwards, it almost feels like the movie knew the trailer would tell you that. And we're stuck in
think
this
so,
weird
yeah.
paradoxal
That's-
loop.
that's a good point,
Where
yeah.
that's how they knew you would know
Yeah.
it because you saw the
it's
trailer.
it's an ARG.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
just keeps fucking. It's weird.
It's just like it's the worst like to just introduce a stranger like Charlize Theron would be better, because if you introduce Dom's brother,
Yeah.
one of the main characters for the past 8 movies, you have to do so much groundwork to make sure that the audience knows that the other characters do know who this guy, Letty. Oh yeah, it's your brother. Dom is like, yeah, it's my brother. Mia, his sister, is also in the movie, and she's like, our brother Jacob that we never have talked about.
That I have a very loving relationship
And,
with,
like,
and still talk to even after the first movie.
Half the crew is doing retconning to make it look like there's been a brother, and then all the audience has to grapple onto is like Tyrese going, hold on, brother?
Yeah.
And like I said, several like flashbacks where it shows things that are established, and then we'll pan over to John Cena, who again is like, the time is now. Just fucking, it's upsetting.
Yeah, I think something happened it's such a weird thing. So, like, I had a problem with Hobbs and Shaw where I didn't realize that taking Vin Diesel out of the equation, who's so fucking corny.
Yeah.
Right? Like, nobody takes Vin Diesel seriously except for Vin Diesel. And this is, like, really the only franchise he has that... I mean, these are the only... Everything else he put...
Bloodshot's going to take off.
Yeah, what about
big
Triple
way.
X?
That's that actually did well, but that's... He's only in 2 of those.
Well, what about the Pacifier?
So I wouldn't call it a franchise. I don't think he's in the Pacifier too. I think that's John Cena.
Pacifier. Is it really?
Yeah, no, that's
well, it's
real.
because they're brothers, so it's fine.
Right. But like it's this bizarre scenario where he's in the biggest movies of the year whenever they come out. I think it's the highest grossing franchise there is.
It's definitely the grossest
right?
franchise.
Yeah. It's way up there in like highest grossing franchises of all time. It's fucking huge. I know it's like Universal's biggest thing, I think, but nothing else he does is good. But then at the same time, when you take him out of it, like Hobbs and Shaw, something is very clearly missing. And it does not have it's like kind of too self-aware. Whereas the reason these are enjoyable is because Vin Diesel seems to be taking them very seriously.
Yeah.
They only do those weird fourth wall breaks in 9, by the way, in F9 when Vin Diesel's not there.
What is up with those asides with Ludacris, Tyrese, and Ramsey? It's like, what? Every single one felt like it existed out of time. It felt like a movie shot during COVID, even though it clearly was done. Because it was supposed to come out in like last April, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And so like every single time the 3 of them would have their thing, which to me felt like they were testing out another Hobbs and Shaw. Like maybe, hey, do you audiences like these 3 together? Because we can do.
It could be it could be like a Paramount Plus series, or does Universal have
It's NBC, so it'd be Peacock.
So maybe they're trying to Peacock series.
They're trying to Peacock it, certainly.
Yeah.
It might have been a
It's a
Quibi.
classic Peacock
but like
situation.
Every time they did it and they had that really playful like hip hop track underneath, they're like, what's going on? I turned to Mondo and I was like, what the fuck is this? What are they doing? And it would be so long. It would be like, yes, it's a 2.5 hour movie, but if you dedicate 3 minutes to side characters having this insane, like,
and it is the same conversation over and over and over again. It is Tyrese going like, I'm very clearly have plot armor. And the characters of the movie going like, man, you're crazy.
You're an idiot.
You're
it's
a
just,
fuck
I wonder
you.
if Justin Lin was like, hey, Vin, is this something you're... No. Okay, but I think it might be funny to kind of acknowledge that where it's like...
It almost felt like they were just... Every time Vin Diesel would walk on camera, Charlotte would turn to me in the theater and just go...
Yeah,
he's ridiculous.
As Fiona put it, stanced up.
Yeah, and he also
absurd to behold.
He clearly does it so much more anytime he's on screen with John Cena.
Yeah, he is so insecure.
Because that's why The Rock isn't in this, is because The Rock is bigger.
Yeah,
he's way more talented.
Yeah,
way more likable.
He's better at every single thing except for being a dopey, like earnest guy.
Yeah, he's even better at being bald.
He actually has like he seems to have a sense of humor about himself, which Vin Diesel does not at all.
Yeah, no, not at all. And God, yeah, just like now I'm thinking about John Cena next to Vin Diesel. Like this is Vin Diesel's big strong guy movie. I mean, look at this poster. But like they have a line talking about John Cena's chin and how strong it is, and then you see Vin Diesel's Mr. Potato Head.
And it's just a toe. He looks like a toe.
He looks like a toe. And it's like, why have you invited these comparisons, Vin? Mark,
I don't think he
Mark
knows.
Sinclair.
I think they got it under. I think there's just stuff that he doesn't understand, or he thinks like, there's no way the audience would believe that Dom would ever not be as cool as this guy.
He's got a real mental image of what Dom is.
Yeah.
that no one shares.
Well, you know that Pablo sent John Cena to Vin Diesel, right? Who's Pablo, you're wondering?
Yeah.
That's what Vin Diesel calls Paul Walker.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. At his shrine. He has a shrine. He has a Pablo shrine.
Pablo shrine, yeah.
Pablo.
Oh, no.
Call
He has a
him
Dom.
Pablo.
He has a Dom shrine.
No, you're right. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
He was at.
He has a
He
Dom
was praying
shrine.
or fighting at his Dom
What
shrine.
the fuck are you talking about?
All right.
Just try to keep
Let's
up, okay?
Yeah, let's back up a second. So when Vin Diesel needs to get into the Dominic Toretto mindset, right?
It's like.
Are you with me?
It's like a supplement.
He's got a shrine, a Dom shrine. I don't know what this Dom shrine is, but I believe it's in his home.
It's presumably that cross necklace hung up
please,
somewhere.
please, we have to get through this.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
And he prays.
I don't know. Respects, maybe.
Yeah.
Drinks a
pays tribute
Corona.
To get into the mindset of Dominic
You
Toretto.
can have any brew you want as long
He's
as
a
it's
method
Corona.
actor. He's a method actor.
Can I get you a Corona?
Pablo, that's cool. Pablo, Paul Walker, apparently like he feels sent John Cena to him.
Yeah.
Like from the grave. It was
Fuck
like,
you.
I'm not kidding. This is an article.
And
I
it's
will send it
Patrick's
to you.
fault.
How?
I don't know.
My
Just
fault.
the fact that he said "fuck you." I
Yeah,
just think it's
fuck
funny
you.
to imagine that you had a hand in this.
No.
All
Yeah,
right.
what John Cena's the fucking
Let's hear from our sponsors.
fuck you, Paul Walker. What?
Filmhaus is brought to you by Babbel. This summer, get the most out of your travels abroad by learning the language of your destination with Babbel, the #1 selling language learning app. From asking for directions to getting a deeper understanding of the culture, Babbel makes the whole process of learning a new language addictively fun and easy. Babbel provides bite-sized lessons you can actually use in the real world. It is a can't-miss travel essential. Babbel's lessons are 15 minutes, so it's easy to fit into your day and learn a new language on the go, and Babbel designs their courses with practical, real-world conversations in mind. Things you'll get to use in everyday life, like how to order in a restaurant, how to rent an apartment. Other language learning apps use AI for their lesson plans, but Babbel lessons were created by over 100 language experts. Right now, when you purchase a 3-month Babbel subscription, you'll get an additional 3 months for free. That is 6 months for the price of 3. Just go to Babbel.com and use promo code Filmhaus. That's BABBEL.com, code Filmhaus for an extra 3 months free. Thank you for sponsoring today's show. This episode is sponsored by Purple Mattress. Getting a good night's sleep is getting harder and harder. It's scary hot outside, your neighbors are all vacation rentals, and you're still worrying about the weird thing you said at lunch. When you have a Purple Mattress, you'll sleep the sleep of kings and remain cool and comfortable no matter what the world throws your way. Because only Purple Mattress has the grid, a ventilated design that lets air flow right through to keep you cool. All the while, the grid supports your back and legs while cushioning your shoulders, hips, and neck. I sleep on a purple pillow with the grid every single night. My apartment, hot as hell. All right, but the pillow, it stays cool. It's probably the most comfortable pillow I've ever owned. I love it, honestly. It's great. Purple is comfort reinvented. Right now, you'll get 10% off any order of $200 or more. Go to purple.com/filmhouse and use promo code Filmhouse. That's purple.com/filmhouse, promo code Filmhouse for 10% off any order of $200 or more. Purple.com/filmhouse, promo code Filmhouse. Terms apply. Thank you, Purple, for sponsoring today's show. We're back.
We're back, baby.
Can I just say,
Yeah,
Michelle Rodriguez looks incredible. She looks great.
she looks great.
She looks absolutely
Yeah.
incredible. We watched the first
I
one
agree.
2 days before, and then we watched that one, and I was like,
Is
doesn't
that
look a day older.
She has aged gracefully.
Mia?
No, that's
Letty?
Letty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mia is Brewster, Jordana Brewster. Is that her name?
I never learned the names of any of the actors in this movie save for Ludacris, Vin Diesel, and Paul Walker.
Ludacris going in.
Oh, I want to talk about, so the big twist, I guess.
Hold on, wait. I just realized John Cena, I don't know his name, his character's name.
Jacob with a K.
Toretto.
Jacob.
Yeah.
With
Jacob
a K?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Don't fuck me.
Right here on this table. So, the big twist in this movie, which is not a twist because, again, in the trailers, heavy in all of the promotional material,
Yeah.
is that Han,
Yeah.
who died in 3, but then they retconned 3 to take place after 7.
Yes.
And all the characters from 3, including Bow Wow, Lil Bow Wow, right?
I haven't
Lil
seen
Bow
that.
Wow?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, is in this one, briefly.
This is still the recap. We'll get into
So-
F9 soon.
No, this is not a recap. Letty and someone else go to Japan
Sure.
for some reason.
Mia comes with.
Go to Japan.
Just cause.
Letty sees a Mexican flag in the window of an apartment that she just happens to be
Getting
drinking
noodles outside of.
outside of.
Which
What is she drinking?
That's it. That is the entirety of the that's it.
I just want to put it real quick when they're eating.
Get in there.
It's so clearly that they don't touch the soup at all. But at one point, Mia picks up a piece of what looks to be iceberg lettuce from the top of a ramen bowl and goes, and then keeps talking. And then they don't touch it either ways. They're drinking
No.
in front of their soups, but it's like,
But-
we gotta make it look like she's eating. So she's just like,
This is a completely random location that they've gone to.
yes,
They just
Tokyo.
in Tokyo, the city of Tokyo, which has 12 million people living in
Upwards.
it.
They're
of three
looking.
something.
It has something to do with I forget what it is, but they decoded some part and the key or something led them to somewhere in Japan.
No, they just had a postcard that, and it's like a reveal that it's like they look at the front and it's a picture of like a mission
Yeah,
in Mexico, and they're like, Mexico, and it's like, look where it's sent from, and they turn around and it's like, Tokyo. That's like one of the most important parts of a postcard is where it's sent from.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that's not at all a
That's
secret.
I guess that's the clue. So then,
It's so hard to. So my biggest problem with this movie is that it really feels like four separate
Yeah.
movies that are happening at the same time that they're switching to. It doesn't feel like a movie with an A and B plot. It feels like four separate movies
Yeah,
that
that's
you
why
were
it feels
just
like it was
watching.
shot
with
during
parallel
COVID.
plots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like remote cruise with
Yeah.
only like 5 people.
Yep.
I don't know, but they build Han up to be like fucking Iron Man. Like it's like the reveal of the century. It's
Yeah.
like he's back.
he's been gone for one movie.
No.
Yes, he's the
At
only
the
one
end,
he's
no,
not
no,
in
he
is
died
8.
at the end. Is he in 7?
Yeah.
I thought he died at. No.
Oh.
Gal Gadot dies
No,
at
no,
the
no.
end of 7.
You're right.
And he goes with her.
No,
No.
you're right, because he gets killed at the end of 6 by Jason Statham. That's like the post-credit
Oh.
scene. So he's not in 7.
I thought that was after 7, and then Tokyo
Oh my
Drift
God,
takes.
is it?
And now we're all caught up.
No, no, no.
Before 8.
No, no, no.
no, 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 no,
Oh my
no.
God. I don't know. I don't remember anymore. but
He died earlier, so there's like 1 or 2
doesn't,
movies
whatever.
he's not in.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
He's not been away for very long.
No.
I
But
feel like I'm dying right now.
they just see a Mexican flag in a window of a Tokyo apartment and are like, I know what that means. They go up there,
Yeah.
and in fact,
break into a house.
it is Han's apartment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who is alive. And Mr. Nobody helped him fake his own death.
Yeah.
But he shows up eating what does he eat? Peanuts? Is
He eats
it
like
peanuts
chips or
something?
peanuts.
Chips?
It's like Brad Pitt in Ocean's 11.
Yeah, exactly. And they're like, holy shit, everybody hugs. But
And,
it
there's
takes
this
like
young woman.
It's like 5 minutes, and the entire trip to Japan is just like,
The trip to Japan almost takes as
there.
long as the entirely visually illustrated flashback of where this girl came from.
Yeah.
That this orphaned like martial arts expert
Well, and it's also
who
it's,
is the key.
yes.
I forgot about that. She's the key to Project
Yes.
Aries.
Yeah.
How could I be so dense
so the
as to forget
overarching
that?
plot is there is a sphere
Yes,
that seems to be the same as the thing in 7. That,
the eye.
The what? The eye.
or
and
like
what's
some
the name
other-
of the lady who made the
Cypher.
eye? Cypher.
No.
that's Charlize Theron.
Yeah,
Who made the eye?
I don't know.
No,
Ramsey made
yeah.
it.
God's eye.
God's
God's eye. So I don't
God.
know what the difference is between this thing and God's eye.
Well, God's eye controls cameras, and this
cars.
controls code.
Yeah.
Anything with code.
And God's plan is
They
a Drake
seem
song.
very similar. No, because
Oh, not
God's
just
eye also
cameras.
takes over cars.
Well, yeah, but like you can see cars with a camera.
Anyway, they seem very similar, but you need a human being and both pieces in order to use it.
And the parents' DNA was the code, which
Yes.
means their daughter is also the key.
Because she has both their DNAs.
And Han
Kids.
killed
Only
the
good for
parents.
DNA storage.
Han did not kill her.
Or no, he didn't kill
He
her.
was
He
Tried to
there.
save their
He
parents.
stole it, and then her
Yeah.
parents
It's
got
the
killed,
trope
so he
of-
adopted her.
It's the trope of the assassin like kills the parents and then the now orphan like hid under the
Yeah.
bed.
But he didn't bomb their car.
no.
I am so confused about that timeline, by the way, because so Han fakes his own death, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He goes
Because
to do,
he's an asset that Mr.
Yes.
Nobody needs.
but he goes to do this job for Mr. Nobody,
One more job.
where he saves an orphan child.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward a year and a half. That orphan to
Well, so
Fast
we're in
9.
Fast
To
4
Fast
now.
9.
So we're in Fast 4 now.
We no.
Let him go. Just let him go.
We fast forward like a year and a half, 2 years to Fast 9.
Yeah.
That orphan child is now 25 years old,
Yeah.
right?
It seems well. She's like young,
She's
like
not,
me.
How
Well-
young is she?
She struck me as a child.
Yeah.
Let's say 19 and call it a day.
All right,
that what you
whatever.
call
I don't
children?
care.
Yeah, that's what I call them all.
Okay.
Yeah.
19. No, she's not like a little child. She's an adult child.
Yeah, she's not a wee little baby.
Right, an adult child, yeah. But like in that
tween.
clip,
Like me.
in the
Well,
clip when
actually,
she's younger, she's like
She's like a
way
child.
younger.
Yeah. So
So
she's
I don't
been-
understand how much time has passed. That
She was
Han has
18 in that flashback.
That's a child
Sure,
adult.
that makes a lot of sense. Actually, that actually kind of fills in a lot.
I see
of
what
the
you're
gaps.
saying now. Like he's like Tokyo Drift takes place after 6 or 7, but
Yeah, but
between
it's very
then and
clearly
now,
from
she
the
becomes
2000s.
an
God
adult.
damn it.
Yeah. It's insane. It doesn't work like
Yeah.
time unless maybe there's something. Look, I don't know I don't remember a lot of the plots of these movies. I mostly remember like
The stunts.
a car being pulled through Brazil with a safe behind it.
Yeah,
You know?
the big plane.
Exactly.
And then this
So
movie, they
maybe
were
that
like-
makes sense.
this movie. They're like, don't even talk to me about this submarine.
Oh yeah, and it was like, and you kind of just have to be like, oh yeah, there was a
Oh
submarine.
right, I forgot about that. There was like a nuclear submarine
Along that
that
same
Cypher
note,
wanted.
I want you to visualize, if you can,
I'm closing my eyes.
Dominic, the mother of Dominic Toretto's child.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you have a mental image of who that looks? What
Yeah,
that
of
person
course. I
looks
know
like?
exactly what she looks like.
Do you
5
really?
is my favorite in the series.
I don't remember what she looks like for the life of me.
I mean, I don't know if I could like draw her, but
I-
if I
I
saw
can't
her,
even
Did you draw
Visualize it.
anyone?
maybe. I don't know what I'm getting at, but no, I remember her. She's
I
she's
truly
an 8
cannot
too, and
visualize
has
her
an
at all.
insane role.
There's an 8 part 2?
There's about to be.
Who knows, honestly, and the
part 2.
timeline gets even muddier. But like, she basically serves to give Dom a child and then is murdered
Yeah.
by one of the guys from Game of Thrones. Remember, he's in that movie.
Yeah, the redhead guy.
Redhead
right?
guy.
Oh, the Mountain Slayer.
one
or
of
the
the guys-
Giant
No.
Slayer. Giant's Milk.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
the guy who's
Yes.
horny for Brienne
Yeah.
of Tarth.
Yeah.
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 Brienne of Tart. Yeah.
Tart.
Tart. A tart. Anyway.
Yeah, bro, that pussy's sour.
No, that's wild because he like hooks up with her and then leaves Brazil, and then Michelle Rodriguez comes back to life, and then she comes and Dom just goes, and Boyle Heights, she like comes to see him in America, and he goes, I'm sorry, she's like, I got it, don't worry about it.
Boyle
and then
Heights-
is pregnant at that time.
Yes. Boyle Heights is so
Family.
important to these movies, or like they like it feels like at some point someone was like, I really want this to be about like the neighborhood in Boyle Heights and stuff, but then that all got skipped by and was just like, no, but we're gonna bring it up as if we had set it up to be very important.
Does the
it
house
comes up constantly.
Does the house appear in this movie?
It does. At
Yeah.
the very end,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
being rebuilt.
Oh,
yeah,
That's
they're
right.
gentrifying it.
Yeah, it's being rebuilt, and and Dom is like, I'm about to say grace, and he looks around the table and he goes, but my best friend not here yet.
Yeah.
And then you see Paul Walker's
Car.
shit car pull
Oh,
up.
right. They do
And
so
he's-
much. It would
yeah.
be so much easier for Mia to not be in this movie at all.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like,
he's 100%.
where's Paul? And it's like, oh, he's taking care of little,
Yeah, he's
Whatever.
Taking care of the
he's
kids.
babysitting.
Yeah.
he's with the kid.
Yeah,
And
he's literally babysitting.
Earlier in this movie, when when they get brought the mission at the farm
Yeah. Mhm.
where the Diesels live, and
The Diesel
Michelle
family, yeah.
Letty gets on her bike to go, and Dom's like, Paul and Mia quit this life when they had a kid, and she just goes, we're not them, which is basically,
Yes.
fuck that kid.
Wait,
it's
yeah.
not even mine.
That kid sucks.
That kid sucks.
I don't want anything
it's
to
so
do
funny
with
that
it.
like that's the undertone. It's like, that's not us.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, yeah, that's right. I guess, yeah, why would we not do this anymore?
Whatever. Before we get into like there's a scene that has to be discussed.
Yes,
for sure.
I know
but
exactly.
Oh, the gratuitous sex scene?
It's that one. Where does this rank for you in the? I know you haven't seen many of them, but where does this rank for you in the Fast Fast franchise.
Are you going to talk about the cameo? Is that the scene?
No, not the.
No, he's
cameo.
going to talk
You know what
about
I'm
the
gonna
scene
talk
that they
about.
added in for the Chinese audience where Vin Diesel's like, Taiwan is in a
Apologizes
country.
for- yeah.
Ni hao.
No, the scene with the fucking car
Going into
in
space.
space.
Oh, I was falling asleep. I fell asleep through a lot of the third act of this movie.
But where does this rank for you in the Fast and Furious franchise?
This is a miss for me.
Yeah, it's kind of.
I think for me it goes like
it does what it needs to do.
For me,
5 and
So,
7 are
but-
so high up there, then 6, then 8.
8 is kind of just a The Rock movie.
But it's still
But it's
fun.
fun-
It's still
okay,
fun.
yeah, it's fine.
there's enough of that
Yeah.
magic. This one is probably just above 4.
Between,
Yeah, it's low.
on a scale of F1 to F10, I'm giving this one F9.
an F9.
Nice,
Yeah,
my
nice.
man. I thought you wanted to. I mean, this is a spoiler.
I'm gonna give it
I
an
suppose.
F150.
I thought the scene you were gonna talk about was the one.
Oh,
with,
the cameo!
with- well, I'm just
Holy
gonna say
shit!
it.
I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
if you haven't seen it and you want a truly wild reveal, skip the next
Insane
like
reveal.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
Cardi B is a member of Interpol.
It has a whole
A team
crew
of bitches.
of ladies,
Yes.
of like lady badasses.
The whole fucking theater when Cardi B was on screen, I saw everyone lean forward and go, "Is that fucking Cardi B?"
Yeah, everybody. Everyone in the theater is just like, huh?
Yeah,
Is this her first movie since Hustlers?
I think so.
Pretty bad actress, which is fine. That's not her.
You want her to be Cardi B.
That's not her job.
But she was Cardi B.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
She
She was,
Who
but,
was she
like-
in the car with? She was in the car with Vin, right?
Vin Diesel.
Yeah,
And she just
he's
goes-
like being arrested.
John
and she
Cena's
takes
like-
off the
She
mask.
takes off the mask and is just like, "Thanks, Vin."
And you're like, oh, it's fucking Cardi B?
Yeah.
I was wondering why that Interpol enforcer had such a fat ass.
Yeah, exactly. But she never comes back.
She works
it's just the
in
one
wet
cameo.
works ass pussy.
She's
right.
she is that is a cameo ass cameo.
Yeah.
Which I'm remembering so much of this movie that just left my mind as soon as I left the theater because you could say Helen Mirren was also a cameo, but she's a reoccurring
Yeah,
figure
she's a
in these
character
movies.
in
She
the
steals the
movies.
show.
No, she's great. She's
Vin
great.
Diesel has better chemistry with her, I think, because she's an incredible actor, and he's
Yeah, she can
not, and
force the
she can
chemistry
force
in
the
a way
chemistry.
others
But
can't.
like that scene was so good.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That was great. I was like,
She's like walking out of a robbery, essentially.
yeah, and it's
And
just like
driving like a maniac. And
she is
it's
so
perfect.
good in this movie, and it's still every time I'm like, holy shit, that's Helen Mirren in the
Yeah.
Fast and Furious franchise. And when she left the screen, I was like, ah, it's bad again.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's all we
but
get.
See,
like-
that's one of the other movies that exists within this movie. It's like
Yeah.
it's just several different movies. And in this movie, by the way, I thought she was gonna pull over and fuck Vin Diesel.
Yo,
That
the
was-
sexual energy radiating off of her
That
is
was so
incredible.
fucking cool, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was great. And then Vin Diesel's just like, kind of looking at like the least, just the most de-sexed man I can imagine.
Yeah.
Neutered.
Just after,
Yeah.
no, never had it.
No, she is,
Born in a vat.
she is so,
They use a new
she's
Vin
so
Diesel
good.
for each movie.
Each movie, yeah, he's a clone.
yeah, it's like the Prestige.
Yeah. But he's deteriorating because they're cloning the clones of the clones.
So it's just, yeah, the genetic
why-
sequence breaks
The
down
game
each
of
time.
telephone
Yeah.
with
Have you
this
ever
lumpy
noticed why
man.
Vin Diesel, his talking gets worse and worse each time?
That's what.
That's what.
But yeah, Cardi B, insane cameo, the most like pop culture. Recognize this person, no bearing on anything,
Yeah.
completely insane. In and out, she's gone. It's like 2 hours of shooting.
I feel like they cut out a part of the movie where she's on screen and the movie freezes so it can go bing, Cardi B, like under her face.
She'll come back in the next one. I'm guessing. I don't think
know
it'll
if
be
she
a large role though. But
They
I feel
set
like she'll
something
come
up
back.
though. They
Yeah.
set like it's very clearly them
Well-
setting something
Well,
up.
they set up a Peacock series,
They
but
set up
that
a
won't
Peacock
happen. It won't happen. But that was what it felt like.
I
was
think
this is a setup for
you're right.
some shitty Peacock series.
With the
but
Cardi
I
B
also,
thing?
Yeah.
well, I
Okay.
feel like this also just is like a John Whisk-esque.
John Whisk, like the
He's making omelets.
making
They
cakes.
flat my souffle.
That's
And
why
he
Keanu
goes,
Reeves
"Oh."
is like, you've got to break a few eggs.
Yeah, that line.
No, this is like a John Wick-esque world building. We're hinting at like, oh, what has Vin Diesel gotten up to with this band of like, I guess like almost like Amazons, just like these like
Yeah.
gorgeous like cops Are they
Well,
actually
they just seem
part
like
of Interpol?
they seem like they stole part of the plot from Spring Breakers and was like, we're gonna fit them into here.
Maybe so.
Yeah, but they're also
James
like
Franco was driving
super
and
spies
like
or something.
Spring
DMing.
break.
Yeah. James
Well,
Franco's fucking driving and DMing his like fans.
This series. Do you have a schoolgirl costume?
Is it your official uniform?
Well, this movie loves white person dreads, or this series, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you want to talk about the scene?
So, Tyrese and they finally did it. These crazy, they've been teasing it for a long time. Everyone wants it. Tyrese and Ludacris go to space in like a '93 Chevy Nova or something, right?
Well, we've got triples
As
of the
triples
Nova.
of the Nova. So we're
Maybe
fine.
it's not a Nova. Is a Nova a nice car? I don't
It's
know.
it's a
dog
it's a
shit car,
Saturn,
right?
or it's
Yeah,
either a
it's
Saturn or a Pontiac. It's
Okay.
it's one
it's
manufacturer
like-
that's been discontinued. That's part of the joke. It's
Yeah.
like a 2003 Saturn.
It's a really shitty car.
It's a very shitty
that
car.
they like weld together, fly up into the atmosphere. The guy from Tokyo Drift flies them into space, where they take off on a rocket and are in space in scuba outfits.
Is he the guy from Tokyo Drift? Because he didn't know who Han
The
was.
Southern guy.
Oh,
He knew who
yeah.
Han was.
He knew who Han
They
was.
have a third guy who's just part of their team
Who doesn't
know
know.
who he
Okay.
is, and that's
Yeah.
the joke.
So yeah,
Gotcha.
they
haven't
fly
seen
them
Tokyo
into
Drift.
space, and I saw it at a drive-in.
You saw it at a drive-in.
Yeah.
That's the
it's
best
Tokyo
place
Drift
to
at
watch.
That's
the
a
most
Fast and
appropriate,
Furious.
yeah.
Everyone was
I'm in a
revving-
car. I
Everyone
got my
was
family.
revving their cars on the way out and shit. It was so stupid. Yeah, it was great.
I told Charlotte every time I watch Fast and Furious, I drive like dog shit for a week.
I've always wondered that,
Yeah.
like,
Extra
what is the
chances.
effect that these movies have on people like you who can't help themselves
driving skills way
and
down.
have to like
family?
They see it and they just have to drive as
just
fast
have-
as they can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I
does it
mean-
actually? Is there an increase in like
you-
accidents
I-
when one of these comes out?
Probably.
I feel like we could figure that out. When you say people like me, do you mean stupid, brown, or young?
Check.
Yeah.
I would.
Every time I
always-
watch,
every single time one of these movies comes out, I look up like classic muscle cars. And
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Those are cool.
Yeah.
I'm totally into those. It's the fucking like, it's the Hondas and the Mitsubishis with like the body kits and the spoilers. that
yeah,
are
like a dropped Civic.
This is so fucking stupid. And every time I see one of those on the road, which there's a lot of, every time I see one and someone's like, like
Yeah.
they're crashed on the side of the road in like
Yeah.
a multiple fatality
I hate those
accident
cars.
shortly after.
I knew a
I hate those
guy
cars so much.
who I used to work
I've been
with.
in so many like near almost fatal misses with people like that.
Oh, yeah, it's
who
insane.
think that they're like fucking race car drive. They think they're the best people on the road, and whether they are or not, it doesn't account for everyone else on the road
Yeah.
who's driving either from anywhere
Also
from
poorly,
bad
generally.
to
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah.
But like it doesn't matter because you're not expecting some idiot in a fucking body kit.
I worked with a guy who drove like
terrible.
a really low to the ground Acura, and he had to swerve to avoid potholes because it would just ruin the bottom of the car.
Oh, yeah.
So like we pulled over, he picked up like 3 pounds of whey protein and then swerved all the way downtown.
It's like a $19,000 car with 25 grand extra put into it later.
You know,
Yeah, on behalf of the young, stupid
and
brown
brown,
community,
the young, the dumb, and the brown.
that's the next Fast and the Furious movie. The young, the dumb, and the
Yeah,
brown.
it should be. Yeah.
Lynn, get at me.
The climax of this movie was not
Manuel
good.
Miranda, not
Yeah, no, it's a
not just him.
musical.
Yeah.
That would be amazing because Vin Diesel wants to do a musical.
We're young,
Who else
we're
to partner
dumb,
with?
and we're
no.
brown.
Driving a car through the bridge.
I did like to see. What is this? Is it the?
Ladies and gentlemen, George Washington.
It was good. They resurrected the bridge. The is it the 6th Street, 4th Street? What's the bridge? The famous bridge that they tore down in LA recently. It's been torn down for years.
Oh,
They've been
I don't
rebuilding
know. For the
it. 6th Street.
Was that for the
I was
drag
right
race?
The first time.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't build it, but yeah,
No,
the
I
drag
know, but
race
that
takes
was-
place on that bridge.
I think
Yes.
they just recreated it in one of the bridges in the
One of
Arch
the other
District.
bridges. Yeah, I mean, there's a few that look
Yeah.
like that, but
Sixth Street Bridge.
it was the 6th Street Bridge.
That was the bridge that goes into the art district that they took down.
Yeah.
They rewrote it.
Yeah, but yeah, there's plenty of those. That scene was
Yeah.
fun because it went back to the series' roots of having the dumbest slow motion shots possible during a drag race.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, oh, Jacob's too He's too excited on the nos.
He hit the nos. Yeah, as soon as he hit the nos.
I don't know what any of it. Like, I guess that
we just rewatched the first one, and Vin Diesel quotes somebody else that beat Paul Walker, saying, "You hit it too soon, rookie," or whatever he says.
Because Vin Diesel has to always. My favorite part of this movie is, well, there's two actually, I guess. Number one, not this movie, but the franchise. Number one, people using buildings to beat people up.
Yeah.
Which this had, and that was good.
That's the
they
thing.
fight each other using a building where they literally push each other through concrete, solid concrete.
Which one was that?
It's the first Dom and Jacob fight scene. They fight
don't
each other.
even remember that.
They fight each other using the building.
Where? This does not feel
It's like
at
a
all
warehouse,
familiar to me.
and they like are pushing each other through concrete.
It's not in their hidden
I don't remember that even a little bit.
in the headquarters that they stay in the entire movie, right?
Did I watch this movie?
No.
Did I?
Wait, did they
Yes.
fought in a warehouse?
They get in. They like fight, and is it a warehouse? I don't know. It's like some concrete building that they're pushing each other through. That is a rich tradition in these movies.
Oh, yeah.
Is using a building, whether you remember it or not. I'm certain you remember the classic like thing about a street fight.
The street always wins.
And then he
rips part of his car off.
No. That's when he stomps
Oh.
the street.
Yes.
And the street beats up Jason Statham.
Yes, the street wins.
For him.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about
So,
when
like-
they crash their cars point blank into each other, head on head,
And they're fine.
head to head, and they get out, and I think Jason
Yeah, he
Statham
pulls
pulls out
the-
a wrench, and
and
Vin Diesel just
tears
takes
a piece
part
of
of
his
the car
car
off.
off, yeah.
Okay.
So it has that, and the other thing.
I want to watch 5, 6, 7 again.
I wanna watch it
You want to watch
immediately.
this?
So
You can
good.
watch
Yeah.
5 this weekend.
I got too excited thinking about beating people up with buildings, and I don't even remember what the other.
Yeah, because
thing
when
I
you
liked
watch
about
these movies,
are.
you come to my house and rip the piping out of the walls and beat me
And I
senseless.
beat the living hell out of it. I beat you within an inch of your life, but then we have like
No, you
a
do-
barbecue with the.
Yeah.
With
You
our,
do kill me, but then I come back 2 movies
Well,
later.
see, I wonder
Yes.
if we can look up stats from the smart old white community and see if building
That's a
fights
good-
go up.
I bet they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well,
That's
I
your
don't know.
demographic.
Is Dominic Toretto white?
Dominic Toretto is Cuban.
That's what I'm saying.
Vin Diesel, though?
Vin Diesel is, I don't know. I thought
either.
I thought that he was white and black because of a short film that he made when he was college aged.
Okay.
Which is about the struggles of a biracial actor.
I mean, he's probably.
I thought he was black and
Ambiguous?
white. But I talked to Omar, and Omar says, I might be wrong on this, and if I am, I'm really sorry. Didn't you tell me he doesn't know what he is because he doesn't know who his dad is?
Yeah, the thing that I read is
Guess that makes
he doesn't
sense.
know what his like exact heritage is because he doesn't know who his father is.
So he just leans into like.
Whatever.
I'm
works.
every
He's
race.
mixed
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, I mean he's probably mixed. I'm sure, but.
So you got a white mom?
I don't know.
This is not helpful to me. All right. Well,
Young, stupid, and something.
So they go to space.
And brown
I couldn't
white.
stop laughing. That was very funny to me. It's very dumb. They spent some time on the International Space Station.
I thought that
Oh
they,
yeah, they're kept up there for a while. It's like there's a 2003 Saturn
in the
outside.
vastness of space.
Yeah.
They happen to like be doing this right next door to the.
What if they were
International Space
lost
Station.
and they drift into open Guardians of the Galaxy 3,
Okay, yeah, sure.
right?
Yeah. I think there's like a 2009 YouTube video in that somewhere that you could make get a lot of views with.
Yeah, probably with really crude puppeted flash
yeah.
animation.
So I found
Sure.
his father.
And it's incredibly not fun.
Vin, hit me up. I found your dad.
No shit.
Yeah, I found a picture of him and his dad.
There he is.
I'll send a
You sure
picture of
that's not
this
a
to
stepdad?
Omar. It says it's his father,
Okay.
but maybe it's his adopted father. I don't know.
How long have we been going for?
Enough. That's it. We're done.
Yeah.
Family is the most important. The most important thing will always be family.
Yeah.
Oh God, I found a picture of Vin Diesel
Family.
with hair.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you used to have. Yeah,
yeah.
family.
Family.
Now that looks like current
That's
Vin Diesel
crazy.
with makeup.
With a
That's yeah.
Yeah.
That's not good. Do we have any last minute takeaways?
Family.
Family. Yeah, that's the
didn't know
number
we were
one.
interlocking.
Number one thing. Thanks everybody.
Thank you. I think we're interlocking our fingers for the listeners. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right.